Good morning, everyone. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com with your morning market outlook for Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are down across the board. We've got the Dow finally joining in this morning. Commodities are mixed with crude oil slightly higher, still below $90, while gold is down nearly $100 on Wednesday morning. What worked yesterday? Well, U.S. home builders were the big winners, while semiconductors were the big losers on the day. And of course, on Monday, we had an inside day. So we had a big down day on Friday. Monday was an inside day. That's a pause day, a day of indecision. Market's waiting for more information. So we were looking for a breakout above Friday's high or a breakdown below Friday's low. And what do you know? We got a breakdown below Friday's low. The NASDAQ traded down to the next price target and bounced. And so we're looking to see if yesterday's low holds on Wednesday. Looking at Apple, I talked about Apple yesterday morning. It looked like they were going to try to hold $300, but that's not what happened. And so we need to get out of the remainder of our Apple position. It's been very profitable trade, and here we are exiting this morning. It's still going to be very profitable. Looking at the VIX or the fear index, it went up through the 2188 level yesterday and then came down. So we're still looking for a breakout above 2188. Looking at the ETFs, they did trade above the upper channel line on Tuesday, but they did not close there. So we'll probably get a buy signal in the bull ETFs for the VIX on Wednesday, given what we're seeing in the pre-market this morning. Now, moving on to the world of cryptocurrencies, both Bitcoin and Ethereum traded lower yesterday. They both had inside days, so days of indecision. And we're looking at both of them trading lower in the pre-market this morning. Bitcoin is currently still trading above 60,000. Now, looking at this bear ETF for Bitcoin traded on the TSX, on Monday, the lower channel line was at 2357. On Tuesday, it moved up to 2402. So we're getting about a 40-50 cent per day move. So if you still have a partial position left, we'll be watching those lower channel lines continue to move higher daily. Looking at the world of commodities, no trend changes on Tuesday. We've got gold continuing to move lower. The GLD ran down and sat on our next price target. 375 is our next target below that. If we continue to move lower today, and we're seeing gold trade down almost $100 in the pre-market this morning. Gold stocks were down on both sides of the border. The juniors were down as well, making lower lows and breaking down below the March lows. Crude oil moved down yesterday. It's up in the pre-market this morning, probably not enough to change the trend. Gasoline was also down on Tuesday, and natural gas was up just 2 cents on the day, so no major move for natural gas. Looking at the energy stocks, in Toronto, they were down over 3%. In New York, they were down 1.61%. And so looking in New York, we needed a close below 57.52, and we closed at 57.39. So we're on sell signals on both sides of the border for the energy sector. Looking at the major index ETFs, both the iShares for the TSX 60 and the Dow are still on buy signals coming into Wednesday's trading action. But that is probably going to change today, and we'll get those two major indices to join the rest of the market on Wednesday. Looking at the TSX most actives, we've got Suncor moving lower yesterday, down over 3%. We've got Canadian Natural Resources down again over 3% on the day. No real movement here for TELUS. It's still on a sell signal and treading water at the moment. A close above $17.33 would give us a buy signal on Wednesday. Looking at Enbridge still on a buy signal here. It actually traded higher on the day after trading below the lower channel line. Looking at BlackBerry, we needed to close below 1207. We closed at 1228. So we traded through the lower channel line, did not close below it. No change in trend for Pembina, still on a buy signal here. Then we've got Manulife moving up, but still dealing with the 54.69 level. Looking to see if we can break out above that. Then no change in trend for Capstone Mining, still on a sell signal. New low for Kinross, new low for Equinox, and new low for B2 Gold on Wednesday. B2 Gold still holding the March lows. Then looking at the TD Bank, it continued to move higher on Tuesday and heading towards the 162.50 level. It had a high of $160.94, so we know 160 isn't going to act as resistance. They've already traded through it, so now we're looking to see if we can get to the 162.50 level. Let's finish off this morning's presentation taking a look at the New York most actives, starting with NVIDIA. NVIDIA dipped slightly below the $200 level yesterday before coming back. It was just down 48 cents by the end of the day, so we're still on a sell signal here. Intel moved up into the channel, but no change in trend there. And then we've got American Airlines traded through the upper channel line, but did not close above it, so still looking for a close above 14.12 on Wednesday. Nokia, new low for that stock on Tuesday, still on a sell signal. Marvell, still on a buy signal, a close below $239.93 would give us a sell signal on Wednesday. No change in trend for SoFi, and certainly no change in trend for Apple. Apple generated a sell signal on Monday. I waved it off, looking to see if $300 would hold. And now we need to get rid of the remainder of our position on Wednesday. Now, Apple traded down and found support at the 289.06 level, traded slightly below it. You can see our next two targets to the downside from there. They could be in play on Wednesday. Looking at Keel Infrastructure, traded above the upper channel line yesterday, but did not close above it. Looking at Tesla, still on a sell signal here. Next target to the downside is 375. And looking at Netflix, Netflix had an inside day yesterday, so still holding support at the 81.25 level. Next target to the downside is 75, and then the next target to the upside, of course, is 87.50. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to see a little selling at the open on Wednesday morning. CPI numbers come out in a few minutes, and they could certainly help change the direction of the market. And then later in the morning, we get U.S. oil inventories, and that could, again, have an effect on the market. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.